want to congratulate Georgeannes and Andrew. You know, when they were going to have their wedding, we said, that's great, you know. And we said, well, we're going to have it up in the mountains, you know. Now, Rachel got married, and if Georgeanne would have got married close to where she got married, the same place,
yeah,
she could have walked to the wedding. She could have walked there, you know. And, you know, practically everybody here had to travel almost to the end of the world.
What's up?
My son Jim and I both drove, and Veronica says, "Are we there yet?" And Jim says, "Oh, only 2 or 3 more hours." You know, and we were driving for like 8 hours. And then Eddie said, "Well, you know, it's pretty hard to get here." He said, "I'm here already. I'll meet you."
No, Greg, not Eddie. Greg, not Eddie.
Gregory, my youngest son. Eddie's my oldest. So anyway, he says, "I'll meet you because it's hard to get here." And Jimmy says, "Well, it's only about 45 minutes, so, you know," she's sitting in the back, and she said, I mean in the front, and I'm laying in the back. And she says, 45 minutes? Boy, that's a long time. Well, an hour later, she says, "How long is it going to be?" And he said, "About a half an hour." You know, and he called Greg again and said, "Where you at?" You know, he said, "By the red light." You know, I'm waiting by the red light. You know. Crazy, you know. I mean, you can't go too fast around this time. But, you know, I think all in all, you know, it's probably better if she didn't get married like where her sister did, you know. Because, you know, what the hell would that mean? This is crazy. I mean, if you didn't have a good time, there's something matter with you. And you know, I mean, it's fantastic. It's
fantastic.
What a wedding, and we have a fantastic family. All our family goes everywhere together, and now we have a new one in his family, and Georgeanne's not too little anymore. She's big. Andrew, I wish you all the best luck in the world. I think you're a fantastic couple. I love you both. I hope you do as well as I ever did. Woo! And I don't want you to live as long as me, because that's too long. You know? My doctor said if I wanted to live another until I was 84, I'm 83 now. She said, "If you want to live to 84, I can put a stent in you." She said, "But I know you'll never go for that." I said, "You know that." So I wrote a letter to her and left it on the desk. And I said, "I'm going to my granddaughter's wedding, and I was supposed to have an operation, and she was supposed to schedule it, you know." No, this is true. And I got the letter in my pocket. I told her, I said, "Don't schedule that operation. I'm not having it." And so, but I says, if I dance at my granddaughter's wedding, if I get back, I'll let you know how I feel. But we're not going to have that operation. But I wish Georgeanne and Andrew the best in the world. And all you people are fantastic. And his family is out of this world.
Oh, my
just like
stomach
our
hurts.
family. And I can't believe we're here. In
Stop
God's
him!
country. We're in God's country. We were gonna, you know, Veronica's always been a sportsman. She's been a golfer for 50 years. I mean, she's played all over the country.
Oh, man.
And here she is. she can't get up and down these mountains. Can't believe it, you know. I said, boy, if we had a wheelchair, we'd just put her in there and put a rope on her and let her go down. You know, she'd get down, no problem. But anyway, I'm having a great time. One of the best weddings we ever had. And I'm glad Georgeannes thought of this. I kept thinking about this. I told Monica before we left. Why, Eric? She having nobody's in North Carolina, you know, and nobody's way up in the mountains, and this is the biggest mountains in the world. But it worked out, and I'm happy.
It worked out.
It'll give me something to remember. But it's not going to be too long. But the other things it will be. But thanks a lot for having us. And we had a great time. And hope you have a great life.